It's your boy Big Sprint, always watching, always listening, and you tuning in to FIRERANTZ. And today I'm with,
JJ, aka One Click Wonder.
okay, one click wonder JJ. So what's up, man? Tell us about yourself.
I'm a musician, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm a producer, I play guitar. Started on keyboards like over 20 years ago, so
Okay,
it's been a long time coming.
okay, so you're a jack of all trades. So what area are you based out of?
Well, I pretty much this area, Fredericksburg, but I was basically I grew up in Northern Virginia, Dale City, Woodbridge, and I moved here when I was like 15, I think. So I'm 30 now, so I've been here for 15 years. So half my life there, half here.
So that's good. That's good. It's a DMV thing.
Yeah.
So what first got you into music?
I mean, I always had a keyboard as a kid. Like that was just one of the toys I got for like Christmas or something, and just played around with it. And I took classes in music like in school, like middle school, and then about 8th grade, a friend of mine showed me a program, FL Studio, to make beats with, and ever since then, that was at age 13. So 17 years of making beats. So and I had a guitar at age 14. So 16 years on and off of that. So
Okay. So what inspired you to get into it?
nothing really inspired me to get into it. It's just something I enjoy doing, and I just stuck with it. And, I've always liked all kind of genres. Like really, I don't have any limits on genres. Like I kind of like didn't like country too much for a while, but maybe I don't know if it's because I'm getting older now or if it's just starting to grow on me. But like my family listens to country, and I mean I'm a little into country, but not really too heavy. I'm more of a rock and rap type of person. I like dance music and R&B and all that stuff, man. Classical, like Beethoven and all that.
That's understandable. Same here. That's how I was at first. Like I would hear a lot of country, and I wasn't into it, but it grew on me, and I like that. That's what this platform is all about. All different genres of music and creativity, and all of it at the end of the day is pretty much the same message. If you listen to it, it's all the same message. It's just put out differently.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the music that you typically create?
Really, I can't really describe it. Like my beats back, like I don't know. I was probably ahead of my time because I was making like trap beats, like for at least 15 years before it was even like popping, like And I had to, I ended up making a beat tag, like before the beat dropped, and then everybody started doing that, and just like I think I'm just ahead of my time, like. But I really just like I just try to experiment. You know what I'm saying? I don't really try to put myself into a category. I try to just, whatever comes out. Like I try to record and do everything all different ways, so it comes out all different, recorded in different states of mind. Really, I'm more of an experimental type person, I guess.
Trying new sounds out, not really focused on what's already trending, but what could be the next wave.
That and what was the previous wave, and I try to dabble into like what's popping now, but I try not to like go only for that. Like I want to make the perfect song for everyone to vibe to that sounds like it could be on the radio. I'm not really concerned about that because I feel like I'm confident enough that I could already do that. So
Okay.
I feel like that would be the easy way out. Like I could just make a song that pops and boom, blow up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to just be that one hit type of person, and then then I go back to square one. Like, man, what am I gonna do now?
Yep. Because as fast as it comes, as fast as it goes. So, what artists in the DMV area have you collaborated with?
I haven't really done a lot of collaborations. Like a few years ago, I actually met a friend. His name was Derek, and we just kind of clicked. Like I was working at a gas station, and he would come in a couple times a day, and we actually went to high school together, but I didn't really know him, and kind of just vibed. And I met a couple of his friends, his boy Ricardo. We actually went to school together too. Um, but I didn't know him back then until after this. And but we got a lot of songs that we did together, and we just vibed. It was like it's kind of the best time of my life as far as music goes, because we were all just vibing. And unfortunately, like we kind of had some issues. It's a long story. I had this issue with this chick, and then it just was like a snowball effect. And then him and his boys were like clowning me about it, but we ended up still being friends. But he actually got in a car accident earlier this year, and he's been in a coma. So it's kind of like I'm in a hard place right now, because like, you know, I kind of beefed with him a little bit, but he was still my friend. So like I feel really bad, you know,
and I'm sorry that happened, man. And a lot of people have fallen outs, but at the end of the day, something as serious as that always brings people together, man. And hopefully he pulls through. How long has he been in the coma?
Since like March, I think.
Damn, and
I haven't had any updates recently, but about a month ago, I think he was still in a coma. But I still talk to Ricardo. He just sent me a song yesterday. He wants me to try to mix it and master it and stuff. But he's really talented. I mean, I linked up with him like a month ago. We went to some event in DC, some like clothing art thing. So like I try not to like fall out of beef or burn bridges with people, but you know I gotta let it be known, like, you know, don't try to like, you know, play me or something like that, because I mean I'm just gonna not fuck with you. But I mean, I try to learn as many lessons as I can and try to teach other people lessons too. Like,
and that's understandable. That goes a long way, man. I mean, especially in this field, in this industry, you know, it's really snaky, and it's always some you know, confrontation, or always some falling outs. But as long as, you know, you guys take a positive approach to it, instead of taking it, you know, somewhere else where it could lead to no good.
Yeah.
But hopefully he pulls through that. So where could we find your work? Do you have anything out on any of the streaming services such as Spotify or iTunes, iMusic, or you know, where could we find your stuff on social media? SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
everything is pretty much like my social media is just One Click Wonder with a K, ONEKLICK Wonder. It's on Spotify. I got some stuff, all that iTunes and stuff. I got some mixtapes out. Like I like audiomac.com, or the app. I got some on DatPiff, and I have a Spinrilla account, but I don't know who really uses Spinrilla, if that's even a thing anymore. But
Yeah, a lot of rappers and stuff still use Spinrilla and stuff like that. They use Spotify and other things, but they still use Spinrilla and DatPiff.
Yeah. So I got approved to upload on Spinrilla, but I never really used it.
Okay.
I actually uploaded a friend of mine mixtape that I met. His name's Adrian Moon. I don't know if you guys might know him, but I met him working at the mall. I was doing maintenance at the mall, and he just was. I see him all the time, and we just started talking. And he said he does music, and just kind of linked. And I did a couple tracks with him. He introduced me to a friend of his named John McCall. I did a track with him. He's really dope, man. Like he's one of
John
the best
nice.
rappers.
I got a track with John. John nice, yo.
Yeah. I really want to do another track with him, but I just been trying to deal with life and just going to work and stuff like that. You know, it's just one thing at a time, I guess.
How's that like, trying to balance, you know, working at 9 to 5, trying to support yourself, but also chasing this, you know, music thing? How's that like, balancing that out?
It's really like I don't know, man. It's a lot to take in, man. Like, because all I want to do is make music. So, you know, I feel like anything else is a distraction. Like, you know, I have to go to work. That's a distraction, and then I get off, and I don't feel like doing anything else, and then I got to go to sleep and wake up and do it again. You know, so it's just that constant, you know, I guess balancing act. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel like social media and those platforms has impacted your music, and as a business and as spreading it out to the people to listen?
I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, social media, I've always kind of been in and out of social media. I've always had try to use it as best as I can. And like I said, I had some issue with some chick, and it was just like the whole social media thing just blew up on me, and everyone's like, it seems like everyone's just against me, like I'm some kind of like, I don't know, crazy person, or like I'm psycho, or like this chick said I'm stalking her, which was kind of crazy. Like, I guess I could see how and why she thought that, but at first I wasn't stalking her. She just told me where she worked at. I worked right next door. Stopped by and talked. It was good. She invited me out. I brought her flowers one day randomly, just a random thing, like a random act of kindness.
That's a good gesture. I mean, people act so freaked out by old school methods. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to like get with her or anything like that. I was just like trying to meet new people and branch out and find people to collaborate with, and just try to progress my life forward. And then I had no idea about anybody or who she was friends with. She said she knew some guy named Michael Huntley, so she invited me to see him perform, and like that's how I met him. Like, he just introduced himself to me, and I didn't see her there. And then next thing you know, a couple of days later, she's like, "Don't come to my job anymore. I'm gonna call the police on you." Blah blah blah. So then ever since then, it was like, well, I'm trying to like find out what happened, you know. And then she wouldn't give me an answer, just blocked me. So
that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it was like kind of like out of nowhere type thing. And then ever since, like, she said I was stalking her because I'm trying to ask her like, what the hell is your problem?
Yeah, if situations like that occur, it's best to just focus on your craft, and all that stuff will come in the end. Or it's not even like that, but you know, everyone needs companionship and whatnot. But when it gets in the way and it starts getting crazy like that off the jump, I mean, imagine if you were fairly deep in all the crazy things that might occur from that relation.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, I just try to make my own decisions, do what I feel is right. You know, if I feel like I have to speak up about something, then I'm just gonna speak up about it. But I mean, I try not to you know, be too out of pocket. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm sometimes more quiet, reserved type of person. But you know, if it comes down to that, like, I'm gonna speak up and say something. I'm not gonna like go physically attack somebody. Like I don't want to get in trouble, go to jail. I don't want to hurt anybody. Like, you know, I feel really bad. I feel really bad for this girl, like, as she felt that way. I mean, I don't want to be perceived as a bad person, but
it kind of sucks sometimes, because all you could do is be yourself at the end of the day. Not everybody likes everyone, not everyone hates everyone, but at least you know you're being sincere and you're doing yourself. So another thing is, where have you performed?
I've only done a few performances. Like, I've only performed, like, done maybe 3 shows. My first show was actually as a producer. I did a producer showcase in Richmond for this company called iStandard, and they had like some celebrity kind of judges, like producers. And it kind of sucks because the year after I did that, the next year, one of the judges was Eminem's hype man, a member of D12, Denon Porter, or Mr. Porter is what he goes by. So I kind of missed out on that. Like, you know, it's like, damn, if I would have went the next year, I would have met Eminem's hype man, basically.
Yeah, man, that always happens. Opportunity, man, comes once in a lifetime. But then, out of all those venues, what's your favorite or least venue?
Well, my other 2 shows that I did was, I did one local showcase here, met a bunch of artists that are local. That was Pizza King or something like that. And it was like Ace Blackhawk or something. I don't know, I just met him from social media, and Monty was there. I forget this dude's name, but it was like Turn Up Entertainment or something.
Okay.
A bunch of dudes like local, and then I did just recently. I went to perform for a Bazaar, did some talent show thing. It was a competition. I didn't win, but went there and I got to meet Bazaar, so that was cool.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's always a win.
Yeah.
And so do you have any upcoming? Anything upcoming coming out soon? Shows in the area?
Not really. I just been working on some music. I just bought some beats. Like, even though I make beats, it's weird for me to rap my own beats. So I like to get other people's beats if possible. So I've been recording, just working, trying to meet some new artists to collaborate with, and just go from there.
And when it comes
Maybe
to
somebody can plug me into some shows at some point.
well, when it comes to collaborating with artists, how do you go about that? Just social media? Or are you out there at the venues? You know, maybe out at the bar, maybe looking at live music. I mean, how do you go about hooking up with new people when it comes to this?
I don't really go to bars like that. Maybe if I had like a friend that I could go with or something, I probably would. But I'm mostly by myself, so like that's what I'm trying to meet people, and social media is pretty much the only route that I have besides my job. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to advertise my music and try to collaborate with people on the job. It's kind of weird, but that's how I met the last couple people that I've collaborated with. Is they came into my job, we started talking, and that's how it was.
Okay. And as we wrap up here, I just have two more questions for you. And, sorry for the harassment. If you could change anything about the industry that we're all in, what would it be?
I don't know, man. That's a hard question. There's probably a lot that I would change. I mean, I don't know. I think just the interaction of people and like egos and things like that. Like, I mean, on the like, if you're on the track, like, it's good to have an ego, but besides music, I think in person, like, egos should be kind of kept to a minimum. Like, everybody has something to offer. Like, nobody's really better than anyone else. Like, somebody might be better at one thing, but then the next person's gonna have different qualities, better at something else. So I think it's important to try to work together and bring people together rather than trying to separate people and not include people. I mean, unless you got a good reason to, like, if somebody's like known for, to cause issues, and I understand, like, yeah, you don't want them around, but.
And as of who you are as an artist and a creator today, what is next for you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's the question that everybody wants to know. What's next for everyone? Like, I mean, I just want to keep moving forward and keep doing what I've been doing. Trying to reach out to somebody just to help me, I guess. Reach out to some of my favorite artists. Maybe somebody will put me on, but that's like a shot in the dark. I mean, there's so many artists that I like and enjoy, so it's hard for me to like stick with like, I want to be on this person's label only. Like, there's so many other labels, like, and people and artists out there. Like, I think I want to just be independent for the most part, like, as much as possible. Just be independent and just kind of be like, establish my own kind of thing where, I can have my own record label and
in control of the content that you put out.
Yeah, and anybody I work with, I don't want to control their content. I want them to be able to express themselves, as much as they can. But I mean, I have certain skills and knowledge of where, like, I can mix and master and put the tracks in a certain way to make sure that they sound like professional. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of equipment and all that stuff, but all I need is just a program, and I know what I'm doing. So
Okay. Well, it's your boy Big Sprint, always watching, always listening, and you tuning out of FIRERANTZ. And tonight, on this cold afternoon, almost nighttime, we were with
JJ, One Click Wonder. I used to be Lil JJ Productions, so if you ever know me as that.
Okay.